So this is my final presentation for my package. For my research, I started things off by looking at a grits package that I had, just to take a look at their nutrition facts and how they handled the story with the cooking directions on the back, and I wanted to take a look at their front, how they handled the logo and the illustration and that type of thing. In class, it helped me a lot when we unfolded the box that we brought. It helped me understood how things would correspond from being flat on our computer, to being printed out and cut it out and glued together. It helped me understand that a lot better, how it would look designing it on a computer screen. These are my initial sketches. I knew I wanted to do a stitching like type pattern for the whole entire box. I felt like that looked nice and girly and kind of southern. And I knew that I wanted to have a logo that contrasted type very well. I wanted a girly type for that southern lady part, but I also knew I wanted a slab serif type font for the grits part, just to have a nice contrast going on. At first, I wanted to do a die cut of a Southern Belle dress to show the grits through that in the box, but after finishing the logo, I could see that the Southern Belle dress would have taken away from the work that was put into the logo, because of the logo has a lot going on with how many fonts are used and the colors, and I think the dress would have taken people's eyes away from that. This was my initial package that I brought to our small group meeting. I was happy with it except for a few things. The blue that I had chosen came out of the printer looking very gray, almost lavender type undertone, and it did not look well at all. It didn't contrast very well with the red and the pink in the logo, and I needed something that would help the red and the grits and the pink in the Southern Lady pop out at you a little bit better. And we had a few things that I needed to add, such as the weight and a website. And I knew I needed to change the font size on my story, because when you flipped the box around, the story kind of shouted at you. So I knew I needed to tone that down just a little bit. And then I also needed to add ingredients under my nutrition facts. This is my final package, cut out and glued together. I'm very happy with it. The blue that I ended up choosing contrasts very well with the logo. I took multiple blues to Ricoh and got those all printed out on the paper that I was using for my final package, to see which blue would communicate the best. And thank you, Carolina, for that idea. And this was the blue I ended up choosing from the swatches that Ricoh printed out for me. I also toned down the story like I said I would, and I added the weight and the ingredients. I tweaked my ingredients, or not my ingredients, but my recipe just a little bit. And yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out. This is my final file for my grits package. Just seeing it. Like I said, it printed out very different from how it would look on the computer. On the computer, it looked very bright and almost very too blue, but it printed out very toned down from Ricoh, and it looked good. And this is my recipe adapted for an iPhone. I took the recipe that I used from my box, and it would kind of be a promotional thing that Grits for the Southern Lady would do. They would ideally release a recipe that included their grits in it every week on their website. And it would be adapted for iPhones so that all of the Southern women with their iPhones could be cooking in the kitchen with their handheld device. And this is what it would look like on the phone. So, thank you.